Hey, big tip of the hat, first of all, to Q. Thank you, Q, for playing great Philadelphia music. Growing up 8,000 years ago, I always loved TSOP, the sound of Philadelphia. And Q, thank you for playing it here. So anyway, we're in Philadelphia. How exciting. We are also in McGillin's, the oldest pub in America, a great place. And tonight, the DNC kicking off right here in Philadelphia. The protests are already larger and better organized than the ones that we saw at the RNC in Cleveland. With us now to talk about that, Mayor Jim Kenney. Mayor, it's so great to see you. Thank you so much. So, what are your plans? Cleveland did a phenomenal job keeping things organized. What are your plans this week?
Well, I woke up this morning and looked at the news clips, and I see a picture of a 68-year-old Bernie protester with our police commissioner arm around the shoulder.
Yeah, it's good.
And the gentleman was telling him how wonderful our officers were treating them, how they were speaking and interacting with them in a great way.
That is awesome.
Well, policing's about personal interaction a lot of times, and I knew from growing up in South Philadelphia in the streets on the corner, when a police officer spoke to you the right way, asked you to do things the right way, you usually did it, and you did it gladly.
Makes a huge difference, doesn't it, Mike?
Well, you know, I mean, you're riding the wave of something that has been going on in America for quite some time, violently within the past 2 or 3 weeks, police-citizen relationships. But we were talking off camera about the biggest disruption in relationships between citizens and police is the tidal wave of guns that arrive in cities.
I mean, and we're at a disadvantage because we can't control it. I mean, like, we can't control it because the state controls on the state level, the national government on the national level, and neither are willing to do anything, especially in Pennsylvania. And we have the carnage here. I mean, there's a disconnect between what we experience with guns in Philly and what people experience in Somerset County.
Right.
It's sport, it's hunting, it's family, it's culture. Here, it's death and
life and death. Yeah, Casey.
There has been clearly the photos are good, but there are some Bernie protesters who are frustrated with the miles that they've had to walk to get where they need to go. They wanted a permit on Sunday that they didn't get. You have endorsed Hillary Clinton. Is there a conflict of interest there? How did you balance that?
Well, the permit denial had to do with the fact that somebody else had the space, and we could not accommodate. The reason we need permits, and we don't have to have them, but we want them, is so we could be prepared. Porta potties, medic units, misting tents, I mean, all the things that are necessary to keep people safe and secure. So if we know in advance where they're going to be and how many are going to be there, we're going to accommodate their needs, their physical needs. The issue for us with the Wells Fargo Center, it just happens to be where it is. So it's not downtown like Cleveland or other cities where your arena is in the center of the city. It is where it is, and in order to get there to protest and be seen by the delegates, you need to be there. So we've set up this system and situation at Roosevelt Park, which we call growing up the lakes in South Philly. And it's really, I rode through there yesterday. I mean, it's well organized and safe.
Willie, he talked about misting tents, so we need to go to you. Obviously, your misting tent that you have in your office, a lot different than most misting tents. Perrier. Perrier water. Like
it's Evian, but it's okay.
Oh,
I'll forgive the mistake.
Okay.
Yeah. Mr. Mayor, one of the themes we'll hear a lot about tonight, we'll hear about it this week, as a matter of fact, Black Lives Matter. We'll hear mothers of victims of police violence. How have the events in the country over the last couple of years, if they have, changed the way you talk to your police about dealing with their communities?
Well, the issue of Black Lives Matter is that they do, because they haven't mattered in our country over the history of law enforcement and in the criminal courts and in the way people have been treated from the 1600s up until now. I mean, it's been a progression. When the Declaration of Independence was signed, it was all men are created equal. Well, all white men with land were created equal, and it's been a succession of fights to get the rights for everybody, whether it's African Americans, women, minorities, immigrants. It's just a constant fight, and it's a good fight.
So are you changing the way you police in Philly over the last couple of years?
From Frank Rizzo days, yeah, for sure.
That'll do it. All right.
But yeah, I mean, you need to interact with people. Look, the vast majority of people in every one of our neighborhoods, even if the neighborhood is struggling, are honest, hardworking, honest people and good people, and they want to cooperate with the police. But if they're afraid of the police, they're not going to cooperate with them. So our job has been to kind of continue that through Police Athletic League, through the Philadelphia Police, the districts of PDACs, is to deal with people, interact with them, and show them that they are human beings with families, and they want to keep them safe.
That's the way to do it.
And they also put Their lives on the line for us every day.
Mayor Jim
Thank you,
Kenney,
Mr. Mayor.
very
Appreciate
much.
it.
Up next, we've got a lot ahead here on Morning Joe. A new poll showing a significant post-convention bounce for Donald Trump. We'll have the new numbers that show him rising past Hillary Clinton. Plus, the Democratic National Convention gets off to a rocky start as the party chair resigns amid scandal.
Wow.
But still speaking, was Bernie Sanders right about the system being rigged against him? NBC News political director Chuck Todd, Andrea Mitchell, and The Rage, Steve Kornacki.
Oh, he's a
joins us.
hipster.
He's so mean. Morning Joe, live from Philadelphia. Back in a moment.